Happy Wednesday! What's up, everyone? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Nomad, thanks for tuning in. I'm live. Who's tuned in on Wednesday? I'm not live? I wanted to stand up for this one. What's up, Rick? Can you guys hear me okay? Hey! Hola! What's going on? This is how you gotta read ready. Ross Peterson on drums! You can't see him, but you can hear him. Tyler, you got your tickets? I'm so excited for it. So excited. Forgot to go live on Instagram. What up, ID? Hey, how you guys doing? In that tune. Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Hey, Craig House. Where are you from? Hi, IG fam. How you doing? You know, I felt like today I really wanted to stand up because I've been doing so much sitting, you guys. I don't know about you, but I'm not really used to doing all this sitting. Just sitting on planes, I guess. But my back starts to be like... Can you guys hear me okay on Instagram? My back starts to get a little crazy. What's up, George? I have been safe and healthy. I hope you have been too. Thank you. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? What's up? Hey, John. Life is good. All right. As you know, we're going to be live with you all week. Going to be live with you all week at 5 p.m. ET. That seemed to be the best time for everyone all around the world. Guess what I got today? I got my coffee. Yeah. I got my coffee. Gosh, there's been a lot of things that have happened today, and I've kind of been on a roller coaster of emotions. I hope is it really echoey for you guys on Instagram? I got my mic turned on so that my friends on YouTube can hear me. You guys, I'm very, very saddened and heartbroken I found out earlier today on a direct message, which thank goodness for technology, but one of my dear saxophone mentors, Lee Konitz, passed away this morning. Lee was 92 years old. I don't know exactly what happened. I think his family is I had gotten that message from his grandson, which I really appreciate. And I don't think there was anything. I don't know if there's been anything online, so this might be the first that you're hearing as well. Lee just was he just was such an incredible teacher. I met him when I was 13 years old. For those of you who don't know him, brilliant alto saxophonist. He played in Miles Davis' original No Net on that legendary album, Birth of the Cool. Him and Warren Marsh were of Lenny Tristano's band and made so many great recordings back in the day. And I was so enamored by those recordings, and he was a huge part of growing up and listening to the alto sax and one of my idols on the instrument. I never, ever, ever, ever would have thought that I get to spend time with him in person and that he would have been one of my saxophone mentors. And we recorded an album together when I was 16 called Gracefully. We spent so many amazing afternoons in something that he would call music conferences, not music lessons. Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you for your condolences. And I want to pass on my condolences to his family and to anybody who knew Lee and was friends and family. He was a beautiful cat, very, one of the most spontaneous people I have ever met. I remember the day that we were doing our album together, which Matt Wilson was playing drums, Rufus Reed on bass, Russell Malone was playing guitar. That was the first time they'd ever met and played together. And I remember just even asked where to the recording session so we could kind of figure out like press shots. And he didn't even know that up until the minute of actually rolling. He was that spontaneous, and he was like that in his playing as a person. He taught me some really, really deep lessons about improvisation and the art of spontaneity and listening to others and opening your ears up. And that's something that I hope that I'm passing on to my students in a way that, you know, basically his messaging and the way that I now listen to music and think about improv and the way that I express myself through my instrument is so much based upon the incredible teachers I've had. And sometimes people ask me, they say, you know, what was like the most important thing that you learned from Lee Konitz or from Phil Woods or Frank Morgan? And it's honestly just so hard to sum up everything in a one sentence type of thing. I think the most poignant moments actually happened when we were side by side making music together, hearing our sound together. Music is this somatic thing, you know, it's auditory and it's in your body and it's in the moment. And yeah, thank you, George. Thank you. Jacqueline, rip to one of the best, absolutely one of the best all-time improvisers out there in the world, Lee. Oh, just like, breaks my heart. But, you know, I hope that he's resting in peace and out of pain. And I'm gonna write a blog post about all the amazing lessons that come to mind. And we have so many pictures and videos together. I sat in with him and his band when I was 13 years old, and I still had braces. And then the last time we were all together, I performed with him. We did a performance at the Newport Jazz Festival together, and it was really, really special, you guys. And it's really interesting to me because I've been thinking a lot of improvisation lately. Earlier today, before I heard about Lee's passing, I announced an upcoming online workshop that's happening this Saturday, and it's all about improv. And I know some of you have already gotten your tickets, but we literally just announced it, me and the team. And this is another We Are Too Saxy workshop, and it's called Improv 1. So literally all of last night and this morning, I've been thinking about what what do I want to teach people about improvisation that are, great techniques and exercises that I've used that have really helped me advance. And all of the things I've learned have been based upon what my great teachers and mentors have taught me. And that all gets stirred into the pot. And a lot of those things they're not things that you can learn from books. And they're not things that you can learn from YouTube videos. They are like, being in the moment, living, learning, breathing, playing music next to one of my mentors and idols, and there's epiphanies that come in those moments. And many a times I was nervous out of my mind to be standing next to Lee Konitz and playing with him and just like, oh my God, pinch me. Is this really happening type of thing? But the thing that does happen from those incredible moments is just kind of stepping up to that hot plate and doing it, whatever it is in that spontaneous moment. And from there, I've really learned my own style of improvising and becoming an artist and expressing. And so we announced earlier this morning that we were going to do this online workshop, and a lot of people are really excited and we're getting their tickets right away. And then I heard about Lee's passing literally like an hour ago, and it just flooded my memories of like what he taught me about improv, and but not really in the style of like teaching. Do you know what I mean? Like it was more like being, and just we talk about philosophies of improv, and we talk about like what it means to be spontaneously performing, but more important than talking, we played. And we would play for hours in his apartment, and we'd do saxophone duets. And he invited me to sit in when I was 14 years old at the Jazz Gallery. That was my first time ever playing in New York, and I was terrified. And I just realized how powerful all these memories together have really shaped me and my playing. And I 100% would not be the player, the artist that I am without my mentors. And Lee Konitz was such a huge part of my journey in music, and the time we spent together was so special. We saw so many shows together. So put on some of his music, you guys. If you don't know who he is, I've never heard an alto saxophonist improvise the way that Lee does. And also listen to like the beginning of with the Tristano days, and then like the Lee from the past few years, and how his sound changed so massively, like his tone. But the improv is so pure and so him, and you can kind of hear like all of his language from the years before, but then how it's really, he kind of started playing less, but the notes that he would pick and the way that he would phrase is like mind-blowing. Yeah. Norman, that's him on my YouTube page. We've at the Newport Jazz Festival together. We have an album together that y'all can stream. It's called Gracefully. We like that little pun. Give me one sec. And I really hope it wasn't due to COVID on his passing. But I hope you will send a prayer to his family with me. I didn't mean to make this a downer, you guys. It's a celebration of his life, and his great artistry when we listen to his music. So I feel really, really grateful for our time together. Yes, the great memories of Lee. So I'm dedicating these, I was thinking I'd just kind of sprinkle some improvisation throughout this live stream, and that's something that Lee, we would just do together. We'd make it up in the moment. We'd play free improvs. We'd do like saxophone duets. He really encouraged me to play a lot of duets with people. So you'll hear on that Gracefully album, I'm playing duets with like Matt Wilson, the drummer, and Rufus Reed, and they're all one takes. So all these free improvs are for you, Lee. He has this great song, you guys, that's called Subconsciously. We recorded it together, and it was learned by so tricky. It took me 6 months. Shout out to my teacher, Jeremy Udine, who had that as an ongoing assignment for me. And the thing that happened here is I never leave. Play the melody. Do you guys know the song, What Is This Thing Called? What is this thing called love? You know that song? The crazy thing called love. Just who can solve its mystery? Why should it make a fool of me? I saw you there that wonderful day. Oh, you took my heart and threw it away. That's why I scratch in heaven above. What thing called love? It's a really great jazz standard. So this song, the chords of What Is This Thing Called Love. Check out this melody, you guys. It's such an amazing melody. Lee Konitz's version and Tristano playing it, because like a lot of notes don't really go together, you know, and kind of like any type of typical. You hear it, just like, whoa, what is going on? If you do check it out, and I want to know how. What's going on today? What? All right, bear with me. I'm trying to have a whole new step. So, da 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 da. What's up? What's up, IJ? This is a song off of one of my albums, Live in Brooklyn. I told the video is a little choppy. There's still a stutter and a lag, you guys. On YouTube.